Hey familia, welcome. Welcome to your daily dose of spice. Actually, it's not your daily dose of spice. Scratch that. We're doing the day 2 of our 3-day series about how to ignite your metabolism at any age. I got a little excited because I'm so used to doing my daily dose of spice. But we are officially day 2. So if you missed day 1, go back through my feed, and I actually even just try to link it in the comments of my day 1 so that you can see day 1, what we talked about. Today is going to be all about stress, adrenal glands, fatigue, menopause, all those good things, because those are one of the hardest hit areas and one thing that so many women deal with in this. So we're going to talk about really how to focus on this and what to do about it to really ignite your metabolism at any age. Because just like I did the post today, there is no excuse. Age is not an excuse. So we're going to really get into that today. So if you are new here, welcome. This is the first time you're catching me live. Welcome. My name is Dr. Alex. I'm a holistic practitioner, and I am on a mission to transform healthcare and how it is delivered to you. And I create luxury holistic wellness programs for women. And one of them just happens to be the 90-day metabolic makeover, where we use intermittent fasting to really teach your body how to burn fuel faster, how to get it humming, get it revved up, and get you those results that you've been looking for at any age, no matter what might be going on with you. And so, like today, we're specifically talking about fatigue, menopause, chronic stress, adrenal fatigue, all of that. And many women don't realize that that can be influencing their issues with metabolism and with having to see those physical changes in your life because you feel like you're doing all the things and just nothing is changing for you. Well, this is one way that you can absolutely have some changes in your life. So if you are tuning in, feel free to drop comments, drop questions. I'll be happy to answer them while I am on the show today. So what is good stress versus bad stress, right? We've got good stress and we've got bad stress. The bad stress is the stress that decreases your lifespan, that adds weight to you, that makes you sick, that eventually kills you. I'm not going to be blunt. I'm going to be blunt. It kills you. Stress, chronic stress kills you. But there's good stress and there's bad stress. So we're going to talk about how to leverage good stress to get us those results that we want. So some examples of bad stress are emotional, right? We are stressed out constantly because of our emotions. We can have sudden stress. So sudden bad stress is like a sudden disease, a sudden illness, a sudden traumatic event. So those can put stress on our body and completely shut everything down in our bodies. And we see that a lot of times with people that are in the ICU. They have been in a car crash or a sudden something happened to them, very catastrophic. It literally shuts down so many things in their body. You might get super sick or have something really stressful happen to you, right? And then how many times, if you're still getting your period, does your period stop? That is how your body works. Your body is responding to those stressors, but those are bad stressors. We do not want that. Our food, our diet, our routines, our habits, those all influence us in stress, and we can have bad stress in those, right? We can have way too much, and they are harming us. Okay. Another bad stressor that we can have on our body is chronic inflammation. Chronic inflammation that can do so much damage to your body. And we are doing that through our food, our diet, our routines, our habits, our stress levels. We are just chronically keeping our body inflamed and angry all the time. That's really what inflammation is. That's how I equate it. Inflammation, red, angry, inflamed, that's what it is. So chronic inflammation really does a number on your adrenal glands. And so we're going to kind of flow into adrenal glands. So what are your adrenal glands? Has anybody ever talked to you about your adrenal glands? Your adrenal glands they sit right on top of your kidneys. So you have two of them. And they have an inside and an outside. So we're specifically going to talk about the outside because the outside is the one that deals with the fight or flight and all of that. So when your body gets stressed, right, its response is fight or flight, and it starts releasing all these chemicals and cortisol and all the things. But what happens if you are a person that has chronic inflammation, and if you've had something like this, you know that your doctors probably put you on prednisone. So long-term prednisone use really inhibits your body from doing what it's supposed to do. It inhibits those adrenal glands from producing the hormone that they're supposed to produce. So they get very weak and they do not function anymore. And so that chronic prednisone use really does a number on those adrenal glands. And that can have such an influence on why you're having this adrenal fatigue, why you might be tired, why you might be stressed out all the time, and why you might be carrying this weight all the time and doing all the things and nothing seems to be changing for you. So chronic inflammation is another thing that you need to look at. Also, menopause. so the adrenal glands are like the body's natural back up to the ovaries. So when you start going through menopause, your ovaries are not doing what they used to do anymore. So now the adrenal glands have kicked in to gear to make up for that. And that is why so many women who are in that pre and post menopausal, going through menopause, are dealing with the weight really is the biggest one, right? And it's all the side effects that go along with it, the headaches and the sweating and the irritability and the things are happening to my body. And I just don't understand. There's nothing I seem to be doing is helping with any of this. Well, there is a way to start healing this. And especially with the menopause, there's a lot of acupuncture techniques, acupressure, that you can do to help relieve some of those symptoms. So if you're experiencing that, really look into that as a treatment option, okay? But there's other things we can do, right? Other things that are natural and simple. And one of them is really looking at your micronutrient levels. So our adrenal glands are so sensitive to a lot of vitamins and minerals, a lot of electrolytes in our body. So specific ones that can really help you to heal this part of your body are vitamin C, vitamin B, vitamin K, potassium, magnesium, zinc, calcium, vitamin D. Those are all great things to supplement and to really look in on and get very specific with that can really help to heal these adrenal glands. Now, how can you find out if you're deficient in any of these? Well, I highly, highly recommend you get micronutrient testing done. It's where you go get your blood drawn and we look at all the vitamins and minerals in your blood, very specific. It's not your typical lab work that your doctor will run from you. It's very, very specific. And most physicians will not even go to this length for you. But if you are in my 90-day metabolic makeover, this is like standard. Like I do this because I know how important it is. I know how the nutritional gaps in people's diets can really impact how their body is functioning. Our body is just a bunch of chemical reactions, and our chemical reactions rely on calcium, magnesium, zinc, vitamin C, vitamin B, all of that. Potassium, like we need all of those and we need to have them at the proper levels in our body. So you can get these naturally, you can get them through supplements, you can get them through IV therapy, which is one way that I highly, highly recommend is doing intravenous therapy, where you can go to a med spa or to an IV hydration facility and you can get specific drips. But it's very good to know exactly what you need to get and the amount. And that is where the micronutrient testing comes in. So a lot of times people who have a diet who is that is very heavy in carbohydrates, right? Those refined carbs, all the carbs pretty much. That type of diet can really naturally, because it's so high in refined carbohydrates, drop your vitamin B levels. And all your vitamin Bs are the ones that really help with your energy. So if you find that you're a person who's chronically fatigued, which is another side effect of adrenal fatigue, adrenal stress, is that fatigue. And those B vitamins are so important for keeping your energy up. And that diet high in carbohydrates just depletes that. The way that your body starts to break all that down, it just naturally drops your vitamin B. Another very common medication that doctors put patients on is metformin. So you might be a person who is on metformin. And a lot of physicians want to use this to help women lose weight. Well, what does metformin do? A byproduct of metformin is fatigue because it naturally depletes your body of vitamin B, but also iron. And when you're low in iron and you are low in vitamin B, you are toast, like you are done. You are very exhausted. So So like I have always talked about so many times, taking medications, I'm not against all medications. I'm going to make that clear because there are certain cases we do need medication. But so much of the medication is overprescribed, overused. We're just using it for years and years and years and years. And nothing's changing, like you're not getting better. So what's the point? So these medications are essentially poisoning you. And I told this story before when I went to a class, and the person teaching me, an amazing paramedic, an amazing teacher, told me, every time you give a medication to a patient, Alex, you're essentially poisoning them, and you got to check them head to toe all over again. And I was like, what? I was like, well, we're saving this person's life. What are we talking about? Because it was advanced cardiac life support, ACLS. But we are poisoning the patient. We are giving them something not natural, normal to their body. And so this is the same thing that happens with a lot of these medications. They interact with so many of the vitamins and minerals in your body, of all those chemical reactions, and they show up in other places. And then you have symptoms of like fatigue and other stuff. And then what do they want to do? They want to put you on more medications to correct all of that stuff. No, stop. It just is a perpetual cycle, right? That's all that it ends up being. And I don't want that for you anymore. I don't want you going through these constant cycles anymore. We need to find what works for you. We need to get very specific. We need to get very customized. And doing the micronutrient testing is such an amazing way to figure out exactly how your body works and exactly what is going to work for your body, because everybody's different. No two people are the same. I'm not the same as you. You're not the same as me. So that is why this is so critical. So I hope this information today has kind of helped you and kind of helped shed a light on adrenal fatigue and what it is and why you might be feeling this way and how stress is really impacting your body, good and bad stress. Oh, and you know what? I forgot to talk about good stress. So good stress is good for your body because it helps your body to utilize genes and utilize things that it doesn't normally use, and it helps them to use them in a different way. So some good stressors, right? The very first one you can think about is exercise. Everybody tells you, oh, exercise, it's good for your body, right? Exercise is stress on your body, but it is intermittent. It is not for a chronic, prolonged period of time. So that is the main difference between good and bad stress. Is good stress is short, at short intervals, intermittent. Bad stress is chronic, right? It's long lasting. That chronic time, that time period, that long time period, that is what stresses your body out. That is what hurts your body. The short little blast, that is what kind of keeps your body on its toes. It keeps your body ready for things. That's the kind of stress that you want. You can also think about athletes who train at high altitudes, right? You're depriving the body of oxygen, but in a controlled environment for a specific amount of time. A lot of athletes train this way to train how their body uses oxygen. It gets them more fit. It gets them able to perform for longer periods of time. They do this in a very specific way. But this is stress on your body. You're depriving your body of oxygen. Another one that you can think of, which is what we're going to talk about tomorrow, which is one thing that I utilize in my 90-day metabolic makeover, is intermittent fasting. It is short time periods of stress that we put your body under that helps kick your body into gear. It helps your body to perform so much better at an optimal level for a short period of time. It's a period of stress, but it does things to your body that create very magical things. And it does and it's not even weight loss. It is so much more that it does for you. The anti-aging, the anti-cancer. It just helps your body with cellular regeneration. I mean, it is amazing. All the things, the insulin sensitivity, which is what we're going to get into tomorrow as well. So many of us are just resistant to our own insulin because we got insulin running around all the time in our bodies because of our diets, because of all those refined carbs and fast food and boxes and cans that we're eating out of. And we need to stop that. So we're going to get into all of that tomorrow and really talk about intermittent fasting and how it is a good stressful thing to put your body under to really see amazing results. Okay. So thank you everybody for tuning in. I had a couple comments over here. I want to show them up on the screen. Tuning in for his daughter. Yes. And please share this information with all the people, all the women in your life that you care about, that you love. This is stuff that most healthcare providers are not talking about, any of this kind of stuff. Unfortunately, they don't have the time, to talk about this with you. And B, the influence of drug companies and outside forces, their organizations, all of that are really hindering them from talking about what they want to talk about. And that's really why I've gone out on my own and started my own practice and doing my own thing, because I saw that over the 20 plus years I did in healthcare. It has not changed. It's not going to change anytime soon. And so that's why I really got away from all of that, because they don't want you to share your point of view and to share what you know and what you've seen. They have a certain way that they want things done. It's kind of like the machine. So that's why I'm here doing I'm out here doing all of this. So please share this information with those that you love, those that you care about, so that they can live a healthier life, so that they can start finding answers to the questions that they have, those mysteries that have been going on in your life, and you feel like you're going crazy, but you're not. You just haven't found the person to show you the way, to give you the correct information. And that's why I'm here. All right, guys, I will catch you mañana for our day 3. So we're going to talk about intermittent fasting tomorrow. Right? So it's going to be fantastic. And Miss Natalie over here, I want to give her a special shout out. Love you, Mama. She's an amazing, amazing nurse practitioner out in California doing amazing things. Oh my gosh, she's fantastic. All right, girl. All right, guys, take care. I'll see you mañana. And for a balanced life, just add spice. Take care.